Hey, this is Big Daddy Shin, hanging out. January 31st, 2017. It's the year anniversary of the passing of my dad. So many people know that 2016 was a horrible year. A lot of people lost a lot of friends, loved ones, moms, dads, celebrities, all this stuff, right? But while everybody was grieving, to me personally, the one that concerned me the most was my father, because everyone who knows me knows that I love my mom, I love my dad, I love them very much, like more than anything. And so, I realized a lot of the stuff that I was doing, I started making those videos before my dad passed, so he could see the stuff that I'm doing, and like he was like in a wheelchair and stuff like that, and couldn't do much. But now that he's gone, I always feel like his spirit lives on through me, my two brothers, my sister, and then we're there to take care of my mom, all that stuff, right? But through this last year, with all these things happening to me, I feel like my dad's watching over me, and it was great. I had a really great run, and hopefully it just keeps continuing and everything. But I realized something about like our holidays, right? You have all these days, it's not random days, but people who are important to like the country and like Veterans Day, Memorial Day, everything. Well, a lot of people, when they take vacations, they realize, oh, you know what? We get this 3-day weekend. We get this. Okay, let's go to Vegas. Let's go to Disneyland. Let's go camping, right? But I thought about it. I'm like, you know what? Why don't I have my own holiday about my dad, right? Because thing is, I want to do something on my dad's day where it would be really significant. Now, it's not just, the reason why I got this too is because they're my friends, like one of my friends, her dad passed away 4 years ago yesterday. And then 2 days ago, another one of my friends, her dad passed away, and his birthday was on 2 days ago, and then we're all going through that. And then we always had that feeling of, gosh, if we only had that extra day, this hour, another month, a year, you always think about what you would do. But, unfortunately, we don't have that time with some of our people. But as we have friends that go along and we see that they go through it, there's only so much you could actually say and stuff to make them feel better, right? I mean, people, they do that whole, oh, my prayers, my condolences. I always do that, everything's going to be okay, But it comes to the thing where, just death, it's just not the best thing in life that you have to experience, right? So what I wanted to do is I wanted to make a holiday, a personal holiday for me. It's not like I'm going to take off work or I'm going to like not give my kids work at school or anything. What I'm going to do is in honor of the people who have lost somebody in life. And then one of their things is they always tell people, you know what? When you have that opportunity to spend as much time with your mom, your dad, your grandma, your loved ones and stuff while you still can. So this is how this assignment works. I tell them the story, just how close I am with my dad and everything like that, whatever, right? And then at the end, I tell them, okay, look, this is what I want you to do. I want you to think for one day of all the cool things that like your mom, your dad did for you and stuff. I mean, like talk about like little stories and stuff, right? And then the next day, which was today, they're gonna write, dear mom and dad, I love you because, and just keep writing and writing and writing and writing, okay? And then once they get it, the rough draft, then they're gonna make a final copy, and then after school, they're actually gonna give this copy, or the final product, to their parents on a random day, and then it's basically just saying that they love them and all that stuff, right? So my thought about it was this. We celebrate Mother's Day and Father's Day once a year, right? And it's like, the people from Latin America, they celebrate Mother's Day twice, May 10th and the first Monday of May, something like that, and you have Father's Day. But all year long, you're like, Mom, can I get this? Mom, Dad, can I do this? So Mom, right? And then what happens, you're complaining, I don't want to do that, I don't want to take out the trash. But then on Mother's Day, I love you, Mom, da, 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 da. And then some moms are like loving Mother's Day, right? Oh, sing them a song on Mother's Day, oh, okay. Then the next day, you're back to be like, oh yeah, okay, Mom, okay, I'm busy. Oh, Dad, I'm busy. Oh, bad dad, whatever, right? But I'm one of those people that I really believe that, why can't we celebrate Mother's Day and Father's Day every day of the year, right? Because if you still have them, they're with you, they're watching over you and do all this stuff for you. And then a lot of us, we're not really appreciative of what they do, right? So I wanted to tell the kids, it's like, look, you know, it's one thing to like, respect your parents and stuff. And, some kids, they respect their parents every day. But some of them never tell their mom or dad, I love you. And then I had one student, it's like his dad passed away like a month ago. And that dude was like my age. So I'm like, oh my gosh, right? Talk about abrupt endings. I mean, that's like he can't say anything to those people anymore. So you never know what's going to happen. So that's why I came up with this exercise where they're going to write a full page of like, dear mom and dad, I love you for this. And I told them, don't do the stuff where it's like, oh mom, I love you because you're pretty. I love you because you're beautiful. I mean, everybody's mother's pretty and beautiful. I wanted them to do specific stories, right? I know my mom's watching there. Hey mom, how are you doing? So like some of the examples I told them, I go, you know what? Dear mom, I love you because remember the first day of school when I was 5 years old? I'm going in class and I'm crying. I'm a total mama's boy. Oh, I don't want you to leave. I want you to leave. And what happened was, I'm just like really short. And she comes down. I remember this specifically. She came down and she gave me she made me put on my hand like this, and I put a dime. And the dime was like this big. I'm like, right? And she goes, why don't you go buy some ice cream? And then what happened is, I remember, she made me feel good right there. But anyways, yeah. Stories like that, or like, you wonder why Small World is so big for me. It's like, dear mom, I love you for every time I went to Disneyland, go to Small World, and then afterwards we get an ice cream sandwich. It's just so good. And then also taking care of, like me, my two brothers, my sister. One lady with 4 kids at Disneyland, I mean, that's pretty rough. You know what I mean? And you just think, wow, superwoman, right? Or, every time I'm feeling sad, it's like, oh, mom, thanks for, like cooking my favorite meal, when I'm hungry and all that stuff. My mom is probably crying right now too. But these are just some of the things. I mean, you could, if you really nail it down, you could just keep going on and on. It's like, thank you, mom, for doing my laundry. Telling me like, oh yeah, you got to lose weight, and getting on me and whatever. Because, ultimately, with and all the people in the world, there's only one person that looks forward to seeing me. That's my mom. Other people, they're saying, oh yeah, you go spend time with your friends and everything, but I know that my mom is waiting for me every time for me to just come over and just say hi, even call her on the phone, right? Anyways, let me get back to the assignment. Here we go. What I told them to do was just write these things. Write just whatever comes on your heart, just go for it, right? You rough draft it all the way out. And then after you do it, you make a final copy of it, and then you go home and you just give it to your mom. You give it to your dad and let them read it, right? And afterwards, you have to sign it. So the next day, that's their grade if they just sign. I don't care how big or long or short it was. I told them, some people go, oh, can we just write like 2 things on it? Well, sure. If that's all you think about your mom and dad, that's great. But, some people, they'll write longer. They might write, some kids didn't even finish, right? But then I'm going to do it before I go home, blah, 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 But what happens is I want these kids to be able to appreciate their parents and what they did and what they have to go through in life. Because I told them, sometimes they go, what if we argue with our dad or argue with our mom? And it's like, look, you know what? Your parents love you a lot, even if they work like crazy, I mean, I remember it's like my dad, he worked from like 6 in the morning to like 2 in the morning. I mean, owned 2 restaurants. Is nuts. Okay. And then I was telling about the story, one of them ones that I remember vividly. So when I was younger, I played baseball, but, I was horrible, right? I mean, I was okay, but not that good. I always wanted to pitch, right? So my dad, I remember him taking me out one time, and then, like, we had this open lot next to our house, and then we played catch, and he would, like, play, like, the catcher, And then so I just pitched to him. But thing is, I'm throwing balls like in the dirt over here, over there, and then, he's just catching it. But just give me the encouragement, like, oh, you know what, good job doing what you do. And I'm like, oh, man. But then I think that's why I'm like tolerant to like when I coach and when I teach kids, whatever. But I was horrible, but then my dad made me feel, it's like, oh, you know what, give it a try. I remember that day playing catch with my dad. But anyways, that's what I want to do for every January 31st. That is my holiday. That is my Edward Shin holiday, the Edward Shin Day, January 31st. And I do have some examples that I could show you. Let's see. See, so they write like this. So I have the rough drafts. And then these are the ones that I wanted to read. So here we go. I won't say their names, but here's example number 1 right here. It's from one of my girls in 8th grader. Dear Dad, I love you because you're the best dad ever. I know you work really hard to get the things I need. These couple of months you have been coming home really late and you're really tired. I know you work every day and you're always so tired. Some days I want to go to work to help you. I remember when I was a baby and you used to always read me books. I still have most of those books and I sometimes read them when I feel sad and they make me feel better. Nowadays you have a lot of stress. Sometimes I want to help you with your stress, but I don't know how. I usually think of all the fun times we have, like when you taught me how to ride my bike. I almost gave up, but you made me continue trying. You have been there for me when I needed you most, especially when I was scared about going to the doctor. You always brought me a toy. It made me feel so much better. Also, when you find a way to make medicine taste better so I could drink it. Also, letting me keep one cat the day they took the rest away. You never liked cats, but you let me keep one to make me feel better. Also, when he left, I guess he got lost or something, you made me feel better. In addition, remember when you helped me and my sister grow our garden in the backyard, where you were really tired that day, but you still helped? I did not want to help that day, but you didn't care. On Father's Day, I usually give you homemade gifts, but you love receiving them, even though they're ugly. On your birthday, I make you cakes that must be the most ugliest cakes ever, but you love them. I may not tell you I love you every day, but I do in my mind. Every night since I was little, I always say goodnight to you in a special way. I leave you, my little angels. They're all different. When you're sick, I leave you the doctor angel. When you need to wake up early in the morning, I give you the coffee angel. Every day I give you different angels. I may forget some days, but I still do it because you're my dad. I may not say it every day, but I love you. Thank you for everything. So the thing is, just imagine, it's like before, if I hadn't had this assignment, like, maybe the dad, he's like really tired and stuff like that, and comes home, just a regular day, and all of a sudden his daughter drops this letter on him. It's gonna change his day. He's just gonna be amazingly happy, right? And then so, I think of the thing where it's like, the whole mom and dad and the child stuff. Your direct family is most immediate family, amazing, but then most of us never get a chance to tell our mom or dad stuff like this. And another one. Let's see, what's another good one right here. Here we go. Dear Mom and Dad, I know it's really random giving you this. It's not a special day, but this is for you guys to tell you how much I love you despite all the things I do or did. But first of all, I want to say sorry. I want to say sorry to you, Dad, for making you cry that one time. It wasn't my intention. It's never my intention to do any of these things to make you mad or sad. I know you're stressed because of the rent and bills, but it's going to be fine. I promise. I know you come home late from work, but you still wake up to take me to school. Just like this morning, you got up to make me breakfast. There's many more things I want to say I'm sorry about, but I just wanted to point out the main ones. Just know that I love you, Dad. I love you doing your best and trying your hardest for 7 kids and your wife. I'm proud to call you my father. And Mom, I know we don't have a great relationship, and I really want to fix it because it's really hard talking to you. I'm going to be honest because my mom, in my eyes, you're the best thriving woman, trying her best for her 7 kids. You might think I hate or don't love you because that's what I heard from my dad. But I love you. I always will, and I don't hate you. I never did, and never. In all honesty, I always thought you saw this other person as your daughter. And I know I don't talk to you about how I feel. Like this morning, you want to know why I was crying yesterday. But looks of it, you didn't like it when you found out. I hate myself so much to the point I just want to quit. I know you're trying to tell me that I shouldn't think of that because I'm beautiful and all this. But the reason why I don't tell you is because I feel like you'll be disappointed in me more than you are. Because I want you to be proud of me, to love me because I think you hate me even if you do, I still want you to know I love you. Because you're showing me all these things I shouldn't, all these mistakes. I love you for that, always will. You and Dad hold a special place in my heart and where you'll stay forever and always. So just letters like these, right? They're actually going to give it to their moms and dads live tonight. And I told them, just try and maybe take a picture or just have them sign it, whatever. And they're starting to open up. I'm not saying that I'm trying to change the world or anything, but at least this is one thing where I could have something where like an immediate impact of what I could do. Like I want them to be able to feel that they were able to say what they wanted to say to their moms or their dads. So one thing about me and my dad, I think I said this before, when my dad passed, I was at peace. There was no, I wish he was alive for one more day, one more week, one more whatever. Because everything that was said was meant to be said. I mean, was said already. There's not one more thing I could have said to my dad to let him know that I love him that much more. I mean, he knew I loved him more than anything. And also, there's nothing more that my dad could have said to me that would make me know that he loves me more. I mean, we just knew. I mean, that's just dudes, I guess, right? I mean, we knew. So the thing is, when he was gone, it's like, all I could think about was what he said. Everything's going to be okay. But that's because we said what we had to say. I'm trying to get it so other people will say what they have to say. So there's no more of the anguish and stuff when people pass. I want people to be happy, enjoy through all this and find their peace. I have peace, and then I pray that all you that even watch this video suffered the same thing that I did, experienced the same thing that I did, will have peace too. Anyways, Big Daddy Shin, trying to make a difference, celebrating Edward Shin Day, January 31st, every year. I'm going to do this every year. And if I could go and tell my loved ones why I love them, you could go and tell your loved ones why you love them. I'll see you next time.